Recapping one of the best games of the season right now on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Good evening or good morning, everybody. Adam Azer here with Jamie Eisenberg, filling in for Chris Towers tonight. And it was just a phenomenal game despite 257 penalty yards, but no punts. And Dallas wins it 41-35. Where do we even begin, Jamie? The floor is yours. Where do you want to begin with the fantasy angle of this bonanza?
I mean, obviously, I think it's Seattle. Dallas kind of just did what they did from an offensive standpoint, right? I mean, Dak's been awesome. He was awesome again. CeeDee Lamb, amazing. Jake Ferguson definitely bounced back with a big game after a couple of duds. That was fun to see. Tony Pollard, solid again, third game in a row, after we kind of wrote him off. Brandon Cooks, I think I said this on Wednesday's show. He scored in each of his last 3 home games. It's now 4 in a row that he's found the end zone. So, really, it's Seattle, though. I mean, just what they did in this game. I mean, everybody thought that it was going to be just a Dallas blowout from Vegas with the point spread, with what the Seahawks had looked like recently. And DK Metcalf, league winner tonight. Geno Smith, league winner tonight for people that started him. Really, the only disappointment was Tyler Lockett. Zach Charbonnet, best game of his rookie season. Hopefully he's okay. Left the game with a knee injury, so we'll see what's happening there if Ken Walker and Charbonnet are unable to play in week 14. How will we approach the Seattle backfield? They take on the 49ers again, so that would be a ugly situation. So,
Yeah.
Really, it's all about Seattle, to be honest.
Man, I'm trying to find. Oh, there he is. Chris Towers. Chris Towers, wrong night to take off. In our Fantasy Football Today league, he has Geno Smith and DK Metcalf.
Nice.
He scored 73.4 points tonight. I watched the game. We all watched the game, and you see the way Geno Smith played tonight. And unfortunately, he was, dealing with the elbow at the end, but so decisive, got the ball out quickly, very accurate, some good downfield throws, including the throw to Smith and Jigba that ended up being a pass interference. It was the overturned touchdown. It was a beautiful throw. I'm watching going, is Geno Smith going to win people their fantasy leagues? He was that good tonight. Unfortunately, right back to San Francisco, but then you've got Philadelphia, which has been a great matchup. Then you got Tennessee. So do you think we've got a potential league winner in Geno Smith?
Well, I mean, especially if the run game is going to be non-existent, so if you don't have Walker and you don't have Charbonnet, depending on how long they're out with their respective injuries, then yeah, you could have a problem on your hands. So for that, excuse me. So yeah, it could help Geno Smith for sure. So we'll see how his elbow is. We'll see what happens coming off of this game from the running back injuries. But this is why DK Metcalf, remember, was drafted as a 3rd round pick based on his ADP. This is why people bought into Tyler Lockett and Smith and Najigba with mid-round picks with the hope that this passing game would look like this. This is why Geno Smith was a borderline top 12 quarterback. So it's been a frustrating season for a lot of these players, and you see what the upside could be. And it's funny because it was going against almost all of the production, it seems like, was against the guy who was being talked about as the defensive player of the year coming into this game.
Yeah.
With Deron Bland. So yeah, very, very strange game.
And I know history tells me that you should probably try to sit DK Metcalf next week because he is going to get Charvarius Ward again. Charvarius Ward just did an amazing job on him, but good luck trying to convince people to sit, including me, to sit DK Metcalf next week. Yeah, all right. So Ferguson's probably the last thing. Actually, why don't just give me 10 seconds on Ferguson? I have one other topic I want to bring up with you here. Is there any way to predict when Jake Ferguson is going to get a lot of targets and have a good game?
I don't think so. I just think he's a tight end that you start. I made a decision to drop him in a 10-team league for Taysom Hill, but those are those type of decisions. So
all right, Jimmy has to run. Go ahead.
Have fun.
Going on HQ. I'll finish here. I'll just say this: you should pick up Dearness Johnson. He appears to be the handcuff to Travis Etienne, who is day-to-day probably going to play. I hope it's nothing serious. He has a chest injury, but there's something there with Travis Etienne. And if you have Tank Bigsby, you can move on from him. You should pick up Dearness Johnson. I did so in 3 leagues earlier today. It might end up being nothing, but if you have a roster spot, if you have someone that you don't want to drop, that you don't mind dropping, it's an easy ad drop to make just to kind of help yourself down the stretch with a potential high upside handcuff, even though the schedule is actually pretty damn tough for the Jaguars running backs going forward. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you being here on this Thursday night. If we're listening on Friday, also thank you for that. You'll hear us on the full-length show breaking down this game and starter sit for the NFC home games. And Chris Towers should be back tomorrow on Fantasy Football Today in 5. Good night, everybody.